So last year I recorded my votes for the 2023 Game Awards, and this year I'm going to be doing it a little bit differently. I'm in a Discord server with some fellow YouTubers, and we like to do a little game where we compete to see who can correctly guess the most categories and their winners correctly. So I'm going to be taking you through my process and giving you my predictions rather than what I want to win. That should be a little more interesting. Yeah, let's jump right in, I guess. So I actually have not taken a look at the nominees. So we're just going to do this, off the bat. I do know Game of the Year. I know my cat is being crazy right now. I apologize if you hear that. So I have seen this category, Astrobot, Balatro, Black Myth Wukong, Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erdtree, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and Metaphor ReFantazio. Okay, so let's first answer the question of who do I want to win, and the answer is not Black Myth Wukong. I genuinely heard nothing about this game other than from a couple of people that have played it and that I specifically asked about it, that they did not like it very much. And it just kind of came out of nowhere and seemingly went as fast as it came. And I really just hope it's not that one. I would be okay with any of these others, honestly. Even Shadow of the Erdtree, which is DLC. But, so between these, I think the most likely are Astrobot and Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Now the reason I think Astrobot is that it just was a complete standout of this year. Nothing else really quite like it came out, and it represented this moment where a finished, fully functional game came out, and it was just an absolute blast to play from start to finish, and that was super cool. I would love Balatro to win, but I really don't think that a Balatro win is in the cards. So I'm ruling that one out. Black Myth Wukong, I think maybe could win it, but it would really shock me. Shadow of the Erdtree is not implausible, but I think that would be kind of lame personally, especially since Elden Ring won it in 2022. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth was the big AAA game that I felt came out in the first half of the year, and it won, I think, most anticipated game last year, if I'm not mistaken. So that could be an option. Metaphor ReFantazio, I would really like if that won as well, but I just don't see it winning, in all honesty. But I think I am mostly leaning toward Astrobot. So I'm locking that in. Astrobot. Best game direction. Outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design. Now, I think, given the amount of times that Black Myth Wukong has been nominated, it's going to win one of these big boy awards. And so, I think it might be this one. Let me can I view all the categories? Best narrative, art direction, score and audio design, best performance. Yeah, I think it's this one. I think this one's going to win here. So I'm going to say Black Myth Wukong for that one. Best narrative. So we have Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, Metaphor ReFantazio, Senua's Saga, Hellblade 2, and Silent Hill 2. Silent Hill 2 winning this category would be absolutely insane, given that the game is, 23 years old? And this is a remake. So, I just cannot see a world where that game wins. There would be riots in the streets. Senua's Saga, I feel didn't really make too much noise this year. It could win it, but I feel it would probably win the audio category, assuming it's nominated for that. Infinite Wealth, I would like it to win, but I don't think it will. I think it's between Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and Metaphor ReFantazio. And I think I'm leaning towards Final Fantasy VII Rebirth on that one, just because it's a little more AAA. I feel like those games tend to win the narrative category in the Game Awards, so I'm gonna lock that one in. Best art direction. Now this one I think is between. Ooh, I actually don't know about Neva. I've never seen that game. I've never seen it. Astrobot, maybe. I don't know enough about Black Myth Wukong. I feel like this could be Elden Ring's category, because the world design in that one was really fantastic, and there were so many just like incredible vistas in the DLC, and that was like a big talking point around the DLC. So I would like it to win, and I think it's likely that it wins, but I would really like to see Metaphor Refantasio in that one too. I'm playing that game at the moment. I haven't finished it, but it is very visually spectacular. I could see Neva, like, I think this category is where it kind of gets like a shout, but it's not, you know, the one that wins it. So I think it'll be Shadow of the Erdtree. Best score in music. Astrobot, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Metaphor Fantasio, Silent Hill 2, and Stellar Blade. My personal preference would be Metaphor. I could see Final Fantasy VII taking this one. I don't think Silent Hill 2 or Stellar Blade will. It's interesting. My gut says Metaphor on this one, and I don't really have an explanation. I think Final Fantasy VII and Silent Hill 2, they're both remakes, and their soundtracks don't really deviate from you know, the original games. At least I would assume. I haven't played either one, but given the original Final Fantasy remake, I think that's probably the case. But I'm gonna go with Metaphor on this one. Best audio design. This one okay. This one could be Astrobot because of like how much the DualSense controller is utilized. And it could be Senua's Saga because Hellblade, I've only played the original, but Hellblade's like spatial audio representing like Psychosis was really well done in that game, and I imagine it's the same here, probably even better. So I think it's really between these two. Something is telling me it's Astrobot. I feel like it's going to be Astrobot. I don't know why, but I just think it will be. Best performance, we have Final Fantasy VII, Life is Strange, Star Wars, Silent Hill 2, and Senua's Saga. Ooh. So here's the thing, I didn't play any of these games. I did play the original Silent Hill, but or Silent Hill 2, but not the remake. So I think it might be Brianna White. It could be Luke Roberts, because they need to do something with Silent Hill. But I think I'm gonna go with Brianna White. Games for Impact. Wait, no, this is innovation and accessibility. The order on the spreadsheet's wrong. Okay. Innovation and accessibility. We have Call of Duty, Diablo, Dragon Age Veilguard, Prince of Persia, and Star Wars Outlaws. This is really just a guess. I have no idea. I only played Prince of Persia out of these. I'm going to say that it is Prince of Persia just because that's my bias. Now we have Games for Impact. We have Closer the Distance, Indica, Neva, Life is Strange, Senua's Saga, and Tales of Kenzera. So out of these, I only played Tales of Kenzera. I could see it being Senua's Saga. I could see it being Neva because that seems to be a favorite for like the Game Awards people. So it could maybe be Tales of Kenzera, but that game didn't really make much noise once it came out. So I think it's going to be Senua's Saga. Now I'm kind of like really diversifying my votes here. I feel like if just one of these goes wrong, all my predictions are going to be off. So that'll be fun. Best ongoing, we have Destiny 2, Diablo 4, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, and Helldivers 2. This is the only category that Helldivers is in, I believe. So I think it'll be that one. because Helldivers 2 has actually been like an unexpected hit. So I'm gonna go with Helldivers. Best community support. We have Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, Helldivers 2, and No Man's Sky. Okay, so there is Helldivers. Helldivers 2 has been really good about that. I feel like they responded to a lot of like criticism and backlash and stuff, and like as I understand it, the very like gameplay, like the updates they go through, they're all kind of informed by the community. So I'm gonna say Helldivers for that one. Not necessarily that I think it'll win both ongoing game and community support, but I think it'll be one of those. So I'm kind of hedging my bets here. Oh wait, I didn't vote. Whoops. Best independent game. Okay, so I played Animal Well and Balatro. UFO 50's on my list, and so is Loreley and the Laser Eyes. But I have just never heard of Neva, so. But really, I think it's between Animal Well and Balatro, and I think it would be Balatro in that case. So I'm going to go with Balatro. Best debut indie game. From the best debut game created by a new independent studio. Animal Well, Balatro, Manor Lords, Pacific Drive, and Plucky Squire. I think it'll be Animal Well. Yeah, I just think it will be. Best mobile game. For the best game playable on a mobile device. AFK Journey, Balatro, Pokemon Trading Card Game Pocket, and Wuthering Waves, I don't know what that is, and Zenless Zone Zero. My guess is it's going to be Pokemon. I've heard a lot of Zenless Zone Zero, but I don't know if that has the sauce to win. My guess is Pokemon. Okay. A lot of people in this spreadsheet seem to be thinking it's Balatro. Wow. Okay. Interesting. And it could win. Best VR/AR. I've never played a VR game. I should probably get on that, but I really do not have a horse in this race. I'm only hearing of all of these games for the first time right now. I really couldn't tell you. Let me see what people are saying on here. Metal Hellslinger, Batman. Alright. I'm just gonna go along with the crowd. Batman, Arkham, Shadow. Best action game. So we have Black Myth Wukong, Call of Duty, Helldivers, Stellar Blade, and Warhammer. I think it's between Warhammer and Black Myth Wukong. I think I'm gonna go with Black Myth Wukong. And I might want to change my vote in game direction. Let's take a look here. So it's all the Game of the Year nominees, pretty much. Maybe it is Shadow of the Erdtree. It's hard to say. Yeah, I'll give it to Shadow of the Erdtree, I think. Shadow of the Erdtree. Best action/adventure. We have Silent Hill, Astrobot, Prince of Persia, Star Wars, and Zelda. What are people saying here? Astrobot, Silent Hill, Astrobot. So if I remember correctly, last year it was like Game of the Year is between Tears of the Kingdom and Baldur's Gate 3. And Tears of the Kingdom won this category and lost Game of the Year. So that being said, if I'm betting that Astrobot is going to win Game of the Year, then it has to be one of the other four. Combining combat with traversal and puzzle solving. I could see it being Silent Hill, I could see it being Prince of Persia, and I could see it being Zelda. I cannot see it being Star Wars Outlaws. Silent Hill, I feel like it's definitely an action-adventure game, but it feels more focused on its story and just like its atmosphere. So, I mean, I don't know, I haven't played the remake. I hear it's a little more action-heavy. And, you know, now that I think about it, Prince of Persia came out in like January, and those games don't tend to do too well at the Game Awards, especially like the smaller games like that. So I'm gonna say it's Silent Hill 2. Best RPG, we have Dragon's Dogma 2, Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, and Metaphor ReFantazio. I think this one will... Well, wait. Okay, yeah, I'm on the right category. I think this one will be Metaphor ReFantazio. It could be Dragon's Dogma, but there was a lot of like shit with that game that would maybe take it out of the running. I think it's going to be... It'll either be Elden Ring, Final Fantasy, or Metaphor. So... I'm thinking it'll be Metaphor. Best fighting game. Dragon Ball, Sparking Zero, Grand Blue Fantasy, Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection Arcade Classics. Okay, interesting. Multiverses and Tekken 8. I think it'll be Tekken 8, and that's a pretty easy bet. Best family game. So, Astrobot, a bunch of Nintendo games, and then Plucky Squire. It'll probably be Astrobot. I would be shocked if it was anything other than that, or maybe Echoes of Wisdom. But I think Astrobot's a pretty safe pick there. Best Sim/Strategy. Age of Mythology Retold, Frostpunk 2, Kunutsigami, Manor Lords, and Unicorn Overlord. I think it'll be Unicorn Overlord because I have only heard of that game. Best Sports/Racing. None of these mean anything to me. I'm going to go with... Someone said, whichever one has the most microtransactions. That's true. I'll say it's EA Sports FC 25. Why? Because that's the first one that caught my eye when I decided to make my guess. Best multiplayer game. Call of Duty, Helldivers, Mario Party Jamboree, Tekken 8, and Warhammer. I think it'll be Helldivers, probably. I'm just gonna go with that. Best adaptation. We have Arcane, Fallout, Knuckles, Like a Dragon, Yakuza, and Tomb Raider. Probably Arcane. I know people didn't really like Fallout, people didn't really like Knuckles, people didn't really like Yakuza, and I know nothing about the Tomb Raider show, so I'm gonna go with Arcane. Most anticipated game. Death Stranding 2, On the Beach, Ghost of Yotei, Grand Theft Auto 6, Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, and Monster Hunter Wilds. It'll be GTA 6. Absolutely. I cannot imagine anything else winning. Unfortunately, that includes Metroid, so I'm going to say it is Grand Theft Auto 6. Content Creator of the Year. Do I know any of these people? Queso, Illujuan, Techno Gamers, Typical Gamer, Usada Paroka. I don't know any of them. I think last year was like People Make Games was on there, and yeah, so I was rooting for them, but it was a VTuber that won last year. So can I look some of these people up? Let's see. Usada Pecora. How many subscribers? 2.63 million. Dang. Okay. Typical. Oh wait. Typical Gamer. 15 million subscribers. Who the fuck are these people? Techno Gamers. 43 million subscribers? What the fuck? Okay. Ilo Schwan? 2.3. Okay. Case O. 6 million? How have I never heard of any of these people? Ilo Juan looks like a nice guy. We'll go with him. Best esports game? Where is that on the... Oh, okay. It's separate on the rest of the spreadsheet. So, I'm not going to vote on those because I have no idea. So, yep. Those are all my picks. Those are my predictions. I'll probably stream the full event. Maybe with people, maybe not. So, yeah. Tune in for that. Catch you later.